Robocalls are not just annoying, more than 40% of them are believed to be scams. Microsoft discovered last year that more than 60% of people across 16 countries, including the U.S., were targeted in tech support scams. In some cases, a fraudster called promising to fix their computer. CTM consumer investigative correspondent Anna Werner has been looking into how some people are fighting back against the people running those schemes. Anna?
Well, Michelle, have you ever wished you could get back at the scammers who are plaguing you with robocalls on your phone? Well, this morning we're taking you behind the scenes with some of the people tracking where those scams originate. Now, one group works for a company whose name you'll know immediately. It runs its own full-blown digital crime bureau. The other, just one man.
You're looking at the webcam of a scammer named Deva.
The voice on this YouTube video is a man who calls himself Jim Browning. He won't disclose his real name and didn't want us to show his face for his own safety.
I try my best to keep safe.
The people he's after are scammers in India, making robocalls to people they hope will fall for their computer repair schemes.
Hi, we are calling you from Microsoft's refund department.
Here in this video, Jim connects with the con artist, then plays the victim, listening as the scammers tell him they need access to his computer so they can give him a refund.
They will typically use the phrase like, "We are a computer company going out of business. You've paid us in the past and we're going to refund your money."
Jim lets them into his computer, but what they don't realize is he's about to turn the tables by now accessing their computer and spying on their operations. Once in, he watches them.
The offices are very small and cramped.
Listens to them, and worms his way into their system.
Courtesy of this particular scammer, we're going to get a little tour of exactly what the office looks like.
His unorthodox strategy for going after scammers has proved popular on YouTube, where this video has garnered more than 2 million views.
What is your goal in helping to expose these people?
One is really, I want to get back at these guys. But the other was just raise awareness of scams in general, and particularly these type of scams.
But there's somebody else tracking the scammers, someone equally determined, but a lot more powerful.
Our frontline customer support services folks, we're getting phone calls from around the globe.
Welcome to the Microsoft Cybercrime Center.
This is our lab,
where Courtney Gregoire works with an international team of over 60 people to disrupt cybercrimes, including tech repair scams.
You know, this cybercrime is really happening at scale. These networks behind these cyber criminals are trying to get millions of victims.
The company's scam reporting webpage receives more than 12,000 complaints from customers every month.
12 to 13,000 complaints a month.
A month. And so at this point, we've got almost over 500,000 data points for us to think about how can we figure out the criminal networks behind this fraud. Delhi was our first operation.
Microsoft, too, went after call centers running scams in India, but on a much larger scale, working with and providing intelligence to law enforcement overseas. One of the results, a bust last November in 2 cities in India that took down 16 call centers and resulted in the arrests of 68 people. It's expensive, so why is Microsoft willing to spend the money for a whole bureau of people just to go after cyber criminals?
Couldn't you just say to customers, look, we sell a product. Fraud is not our problem. Why is it worth it for Microsoft to even do it?
We think that this type of cyber fraud is really undermining fundamentally customer trust in technology, not just Microsoft. The only way they're going to use it is if they trust it.
Meanwhile, Jim found a way to make it a lot harder for this fraud operation to market their scam. He says he quietly replaced the robocall they were sending out with one of his own. Same computerized voice, different message.
This is just a scam so that they can access your computer and will try to get money from your bank account. If you ever get a message like this, it is always a scam.
By the way, the man who calls himself Jim does say that breaking into the scammers' computers is probably illegal, but he doesn't think that they're going to want to go to the authorities to complain about it. Before he posted his YouTube video, he turned over his evidence to the local Indian cyber police force, but he never heard back. We also reached out to them, but we got no response.
Revenge is sweet.
And I have to ask, I get these all the time.
Yep.
One, how do you fight it? Two, where's their conscience?
Well, you'd have to ask the guys in India. You know, they have a lot of, what they say is they have a lot of legitimate call centers in India. That's where a lot of that business is set up. Yeah. And then you have this sort of percentage that is, you know, doing it for scams. And I think for a lot of people there, it's a job. Yeah. You know, you get hired to do either the good stuff or the bad stuff.
Has Jim's work been able to lead to any cases?
He's trying. He tries to, you know, he actually says that he would prefer that the police go after these people and then he wouldn't post his video.
Right.
But when they don't, then he posts his video. And you know, there's a lot of people sort of living psychically through Jim, I think.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Yes.
Jim.
I wish there were more Jims in the world.
Wherever you are, Jim, sleep well tonight.
We need an army
Great.
of Jims.
I agree. Anna, thank you very much.